Guys that can.
We have guys that have that skill set. The biggest thing is catching a punt is one of the hardest things to do in football. So that's a big deal. We got to be better there, and then with our return scheme, you got to give them a chance. If you give them a chance, that's back to our days in the league at Kansas State. That was our biggest thing. Catch it and give them a chance to get started, and good things usually happen.
I was going to say Kansas State. You guys were really good at that. Why? What made it so good?
I think, like anything, we put emphasis on it, and it's just like we've done here since Coach Brown's been here. You kind of get what you emphasize. There's no doubt about it. It's not going to be an overnight change, but we're getting there. Steady progress.
But you got to identify kids that can do it.
Yes, absolutely.
When you say you got kids that can do it, what is a skill set? What for number one is obviously catching it, but once you catch the ball,
he's got to have
sense?
some courageousness about him.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, he's trying to field a really tough ball with no vision, and he's got, he's thinking he's got guys running full speed downfield at him. So he's got to be a courageous guy with good hands, and then he's got to have good agility and breakaway speed.
How do you simulate that without killing him?
You talking about just catching punts and
Well,
practice?
yeah, you got to pressure him. You got to put pressure on him. You got to figure that out. But I mean, how do you simulate that to find out?
I think we'll scrimmage tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know if we'll scrimmage in all phases of the kicking game, but he's going to have some live fire running around him.
Okay.
And that'll be as close as you can get. You have to practice smart too. That's just kind of the way it is in full camp.
As a special teams coach, they're doing everything they can to take the kickoff out of the game, go safety. I mean, do you go for that, or that's kind of that's taking your job away?
He's got other things, I guess, to do.
Well, I also coach inside linebackers, so I can always devote attention elsewhere.
Trouble with kickoffs is that usually means that returning them. That usually means the other team scored. It's not good.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, though? And is it necessary?
I hate to see that part of the game just be removed and turned into just touchback team, because you still have to practice it, you still have to put emphasis on it, and then if it's just running down there and touchbacks every time, but safety's number one concern. There's no doubt about it. There's been enough research about it, so it is what it is. Control what you can control.
Are you a big hidden yardage guy? I know a lot of programs put a lot of emphasis in that. Are you one of those guys? And if so, how do you evaluate that? How do you quantify that?
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Field position is everything. When we introed special teams to fall camp, our number one, preaching point was field position, and that's a lot of that's due to special teams. What you're going to do in the return, your cover units and your return units to gain advantage there. It's not rocket science, but the closer you start the drive to the goal line, the higher chance you are to score. So it's a big deal.
You chart those things when it hits, where it bounces to, what you could do to avoid that type of thing?
Absolutely.
You do?
Yeah, every day. We're doing a lot of pooch work and punt team and whatnot, and we have goals. If that thing's not down inside the 10-yard line, we got to be better than that.
How's that going?
We've had 2 days of good pooch work, and it's a work in progress, but it's encouraging. It's better than spring.
Do you put the emphasis too on putting your best players on those teams? I know a lot of times people view special teams a different way. They may put good guys on, they may put some of their depth guys on there. How do you view that?
Right. I think that's one thing I really loved about Coach Brown when I was looking to come here is he put so much emphasis on special teams, and all the best players are available for special teams within reason. Your quarterback's not going to be running down on a kickoff team. We all get that. But, yeah, it's a big deal. There's a reason that your starters are your starters, and then you have to do things to motivate the young up-and-comers. And a lot of the drill work we do on special teams, we try to relate it to how it's going to make them a better running back or a better receiver or a better pass rusher on defense or a better blocker on offense. That's all a skill set that translates, and we show them, hey, this guy was here. Najee Good was a great example.
Yeah.
Opportunity to extend your career in the NFL, and the buy-in has been really good.
Generally speaking, though, particularly with the coverage units, it's indicated on the guys you have: safety, corner, linebacker, those athlete positions. That's what you have there is going to determine what you've got on those teams, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, you need those skill guys that can run and tackle on the cover units. That's probably more defensive teams.
Yeah.
Return units are a little bit more offensive-minded teams. So yeah, it's a big deal. The more bodies you have that fit that mold, the better you are. And then I think it's a great opportunity for the backups and the walk-ons to find a reason to get on the bus.
How about linebacker? How are things going at Bandit? How are those guys adjusting? Who's working there?
We've been working Quandarius Qualls at Bandit, and he's done a really nice job through the first week of camp. So I like what he's done. Zach Sandwich continues to push. Bandarius Cowan continues to do a nice job there. And then we've got Adam Hensley back from injury as well. I hadn't really seen him do anything until the first day of fall camp, which has been encouraging. And then we got a young freshman, Jared Bartlett, that I think will, in time, be a good player there.
Where's Charlie working at now?
Charlie started at Bandit, and now we've got him. He's more natural, more in the box, so he's working back more in the box at light.
With Qualls, are you looking at more athleticism and speed there? Is that what you're getting from that?
Yeah, our Bandit position really needs to be a disruptive guy. A guy that's got some twitch, got some explosiveness to him, a guy that's a good rusher, pass rusher type guy.
Hand on the ground some too?
Not really.
No.
Not really. We do enough where he drops that he needs to have vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is he in those?
Really good.
Really?
Really good, yeah.
Physically, he's good. He's obviously he was slow. He's good to go.
Yes. Yeah, he's been 100% full speed. Good to go.
What I believe, wasn't he brought here as a pass rusher? Hand on the ground, right?
I recruited him out of high school.
You
I
did?
remember him. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you know a little
He
bit
was
about him.
185 pounds, I think, when I saw him in high school.
Is that right?
It's good to see him here. I didn't recognize him at first, but he's totally changed his body, and he's got a good skill set for that position.
What did you like about him then? Just the
You watch his film, and the coaches in the area were talking about him. And so I made a special trip up to see him. He's from a real small town, Farmerville, Louisiana. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that small town. And watched his film, and he's all over the place. I mean, he plays everywhere, special teams, offense, defense. And anybody that can run like that and plays football like that, you need to take a hard look at it.
Where were you projecting at Kansas State? Where's it going to fit there? You remember?
We were looking at outside backer. Probably an outside backer. We didn't really have a bandit position at Kansas State. I think that's a perfect position for him.
So it worked out pretty well. Ended up getting him here.
Do you feel better about that group now? I know in the spring a lot of those guys were doing that stuff for the first time. Now that you've had them in the fall, you feel better about how they're coming along?
I feel a lot better. A lot better. Moving Quandarius there and seeing what he's done, it's been real encouraging. And then having a young freshman, Jared Bartlett, who also wasn't here in spring. Bandarius has got a full summer under his belt now, and the first week of fall camp under his belt. So he went from a position that was really unnatural for the defensive scheme that they ran and didn't have a whole lot of depth to having, pretty decent amount of depth, I feel like, right now.
We talked in the spring about, moving Cowan there. He's kind of natural at that position. Have you seen him kind of do what you
Yes.
want him to do now?
Yes.
And what is he doing?
He's becoming way more comfortable because he knows the defense, he knows the calls, he can play faster, less mental errors, as you would expect. He just has great length, he's got good takeoff, and he's physical enough that he can mix speed and power, and that's hard for guys to block.
Is that a position you want to rotate guys? I mean, do you want to play multiple guys a game or try to?
You're going to have to. You're going to have to with the tempo in the Big 12. And those pass rushers are critical. So you're going to have at least two you feel comfortable about, hopefully three.
That's what I'm going to ask.
Yes.
Thanks a lot, Blake.
In the past, the defense has struggled a little bit with misdirection, trick plays, that type of stuff. How are these guys? Because I know you want to play aggressive, you want to get guys to the ball. And that's the how they've been doing.
Coach Vic has a great pursuit drill, and everything we do, we have a reverse player or
Protector?
a throwback player.
I got you.
And it could change based on the call. And the best part about it is we open practice every day with that drill normally. So it may be the three technique that has it, or the bandit, or the backside safety, or backside corner. So it checks them out, and if they're not on point, then they're hearing about it now. But we've all been down that road. You'd like to get that figured out during practice rather than on Saturdays in the Big 12.
And you may not know what they do in practice may not show up in the game.
Correct. Yeah, that's right.